world held in pause. Sunlight warmed gently, not blazing, not fading. Life waited, patient. The earth softened. A breeze whispered. Buds twitched slightly. Leaves unfurled slowly. Not rushed, not forced, just steady. Life stretched gently, reaching toward light. The garden breathed, not loudly, softly. A slow dance of becoming. The world listened, waiting with it. Petals stretched wide, soft hues glowing, light filtering through leaves. The garden woke fully, not rushed, not loud, just presence. Calm beauty. Bees hummed softly. Butterflies danced. The air filled with promise. The garden's breath deepened. Life embraced. A quiet celebration of patience rewarded. The garden settled. Leaves soft against sky. Flowers bowed gently. No rush, no noise, just stillness, fullness. Life held its breath, not fading, not ending, waiting, patient. The world smiled softly, and the garden waited. The river flowed slow, soft murmurs beneath. The bridge arched gently, silent, steady. No footsteps yet, just waiting. A man stood at its edge, eyes calm, heart open. He stepped forward, not rushing. The bridge noticed and began to hold. Each footfall pressed soft, would sigh gently. The man walked slowly, not alone for long. A woman joined, barefoot, eyes bright. They met halfway, smiles shared, steps synced. The bridge hummed softly, not from wood, from connection. More came, each bringing stories, each weaving paths. The bridge held them all. The bridge pulsed softly, not with sound, but with meaning. Hands touched railings. Eyes met across space. Laughter echoed. Stories unfolded. The bridge held not just feet, but hearts. It carried hope, trust, belonging. Not a path to cross, a place to gather, a meeting, a becoming. They stepped forward, not alone, not hurried, side by side. The river below murmured. The air held still. Each footfall a promise, each breath a bond. They moved as one, not forgetting where they came from, but embracing where they could go. The bridge beneath held steady, a path made whole by hearts, walking together, and the future waited, open, bright. The door stood tall, dark wood, silent. The key felt warm, not from fire, from resolve. A person approached, steps steady, heart firm. They held the key tight, fingers trembling, not from fear, from knowing. They inserted the key, turned slowly. The lock clicked. A breath held. The door waited. The door creaked gently. Light spilled slowly, not blinding, warm. The room beyond breathed. Paths unfurled softly, not fixed, not forced. The person stepped forward, eyes wide, heart open. They didn't rush. They watched. The door opened wider, inviting, not demanding. A new world waited, ready for courage. Their feet crossed the threshold. Soft light wrapped around them. The air was warm, not heavy. Paths stretched forward, unmarked, open. They breathed deeply, heart steady, not alone, not afraid. Each step a choice, each breath a promise. The journey had begun, not forced, not planned, just lived. Their footsteps echoed softly, not hurried, not faltering. The light grew steady, a quiet beacon. They moved with calm resolve, eyes forward, heart open. The door closed gently behind them, not a barrier, a promise. Courage had turned the key, and open worlds. They stepped into possibility. Ready, the field stretched wide. Grass whispered low, sky vast and calm. No rush, no hurry, just waiting. A place held in time, a breath held softly. a promise of becoming, a world ready. The grass bent slightly. A breeze whispered through. Tiny shoots emerged, green and fresh. No hurry, no noise, just steady growth. The field breathed softly, alive, patient, a slow dance of awakening. The world watched quietly, waiting with it. Flowers stretched wide, soft hues glowing, light dappling leaves. The field woke fully, not rushed, not loud, just calm, alive. Bees hummed softly, butterflies danced, the air filled with promise. The field's breath deepened, life blossomed, a quiet celebration of patience rewarded. The field settled softly, grass swayed low, flowers bowed gently. No rush, no noise, just stillness, fullness. Life held its breath, not fading, not ending, waiting, patient. The world smiled quietly, and the field waited. The night was still. Stars twinkled softly. A light flickered ahead, not bright, not harsh, just steady. A beacon, a promise, a call. A woman stood still, eyes fixed, heart open. She stepped forward, drawn to the glow. The glow widened. Soft hues painted the ground. Shadows softened. Colors brightened. The path appeared, not marked, not forced, just there, waiting. She stepped carefully, feet steady, heart calm. The light didn't rush. It welcomed. Each step became clear, each breath steady. The path was hers, not given, made. Her steps fell softly, breath even, eyes bright. The light warmed her path, not glaring, not distant, close, personal. It wrapped around her, a quiet embrace. She felt hope settle, not hurried, not fleeting, but steady, strong, a guide, a companion, leading her onward. She stepped into open space. The light spread wide, soft and warm. No shadows, no fear, just possibility. A fresh page. The air hummed gently. Birds sang softly. She breathed deep, felt peace settle. The air was still. Leaves hung quiet. Then, a breath, a soft stir. The wind moved gently, not rushing, not shouting, just whispering, carrying voices, old and new. A child paused, eyes wide, listening. The wind spoke, not loudly, softly, secrets carried, waiting to be heard. The breeze deepened, leaves trembled, voices emerged, not words, not songs, feelings, images, a mother's lullaby, a traveler's hope, a secret kept. The wind wove stories, invisible threads, binding distant hearts. A woman closed her eyes, breath steady. She felt the tales, not heard, felt. The wind whispered still, waiting. The breeze softened, not rushing, not fading. A single word, a feeling. Remember, not a command, a whisper, a call to hold close, to cherish, to carry forward. What once was. She opened her eyes, smiled softly. The wind waited, not alone. A message shared, a secret kept. She breathed deeply. The wind wrapped softly, not a force, a presence. She stepped forward, silent, steady. The whispers traveled, not alone, together. A thread of voices, carried gently, a promise made. And as she moved, the world listened. The mountain rose, still, majestic. No thunder, no ruse, just presence, a quiet power. The earth held steady, waiting. A shift began, slow, sure, unseen by many, but felt by those who watched. The earth trembled softly, a whisper beneath feet. Rocks shifted, not tumbling, but settling. The mountain breathed, slow pulses of change, invisible to many, deeply felt by few. A promise kept, strength without noise, power without haste. The mountain moved, not to conquer, but to become. Rivers curved around its base. Valleys deepened softly. Trees leaned in close. The mountain's breath stirred the earth, not to rush, but to guide. People gathered, not to climb, to rest, to feel the calm. The mountain's strength was a refuge, a quiet anchor. Hearts found peace in its presence, a strength that held steady. The earth settled softly. New contours formed, a landscape reborn. The mountain stood tall, still, stronger, not from force, but from patience. The world had changed, not loudly, but deeply. People looked up, found hope, in quiet strength, in steady presence. The mountain moved, and in moving, became home. The shore was still. Waves whispered gently. No storm, no ruse, just calm. The ocean breathed slow. Depths unknown. A woman stood at the edge, eyes fixed on the horizon. She felt the ocean's hush. Not silence, a promise. Secrets waiting. The water shimmered softly. Light danced on waves. Beneath, currents moved. Slow, steady. Stories flowed, unseen. Memories wrapped in salt and depth. A fisherman paused. Net cast wide. He felt the ocean's pulse. Not in fish, in stories. Ancient voices. Songs of journeys. Secrets kept safe. The ocean spoke. Not in words, in feeling. Waiting to be heard. He plunged beneath the surface. Water cool around him. Light dimming. The ocean's depths welcomed. Silent. Vast. Shapes moved gently. Not fish alone, but shadows of memory. He swam toward a glowing reef. Colors pulsing softly. A living story. The ocean whispered truths. Not all seen, but deeply felt. He surfaced, breath steady, carrying the sea's secret. He broke the surface. Air filled his lungs. Eyes bright. The ocean's pulse lingered. Soft, steady, not just water. A memory. He carried it home. Not to tell, to hold. A secret between him and the sea. The waves whispered still, waiting, and the fisherman smiled. The night stretched wide, dark and deep. A single star gleamed. Soft, steady, no rush, no blaze, just waiting. A quiet light, a promise, a dream held close. A boy watched, eyes wide, heart full. He wished quietly. The star listened. The star shimmered gently, not flashing, not fading. Its light wove patterns. Silent, delicate, dreams floated on beams. Hopes whispered softly. A girl closed her eyes. Breath steady. She felt the light's touch. Not seen, felt. The night held still. Dreams carried on. The star waited. The light pulsed softly. Not bright, not dim. A steady glow. A heartbeat. A promise kept. Not just a star. A guardian. Of dreams. Of wishes. Of moments waiting. A silent vow. To shine until hope finds its way. The boy smiled softly. Eyes shining. The star held its light. Waiting. He looked up once more. The star gleamed bright. Soft and steady. A light not distant, but close. Within, he breathed deep. Felt warmth spread. Not from sun, from hope. The star's glow lived in him. A quiet fire. A steady guide. He stepped forward. Eyes wide. Heart full. And the night held its breath. The forest lay still. Leaves whispered softly. No footsteps. No hitty. Just a call. A path unseen. Not outside, but within. A quiet pull. A gentle beckon. A heart listened, eyes closed. The journey began. She breathed slowly. Steps light, heart open. The forest thickened, not with trees, with feeling. Shadows shifted softly. Whispers grew clear. A voice inside, not loud. A murmur, guiding, welcoming. She followed, not knowing where, but trusting. The path within led forward. She paused, eyes soft, breath even. Before her, a mirror of calm, not surface, depth. A self waiting, not judged, accepted. No words needed, no movement, just presence. She smiled gently, knowing the journey wasn't out there. It was within. She breathed deep, eyes bright, steps steady, heart calm. The path inside stretched wide, open, inviting. She walked slowly, not rushed. Peace held close, a quiet guide. The journey continued. Within, and she smiled softly, knowing she was home. The hearth lay cold, ashes resting. No smoke, no heat. A spark stirred deep. Slow, steady, waiting. A hand hovered, not rushing. The flame waited. The spark grew brighter. Not sudden, not harsh. A soft light, a quiet warmth. The hearth breathed life. The flame pulsed gently. Steady rhythm. It welcomed the hand, not demanding, inviting. The flame was patient, waiting to be held. She reached closer, not to grab, to receive. The flame welcomed softly, not burning, embracing. A warmth spread, not on skin, inside. A comfort, a calm. The hearth held her, not with fire, with presence. She smiled softly, feeling home. She opened her eyes. The hearth glowed softly. The room was still, but inside her, a light burned steady, not fierce, not fleeting. A patient flame, quiet, strong. She breathed deep, stepped forward, carrying the flame's warmth. A steady guide, a quiet home. And as she moved, the world softened. The water moved slow, not rushing, not still. A gentle bend, a pause. The river held breath. A shift began. Currents changed softly. New paths formed. A man watched, eyes calm, heart open. He stepped close, felt the flow. The river waited. The water curved. Soft ripples spread. Leaves drifted calmly. Stones settled slowly. The current whispered, not loud, not urgent. A new direction, a fresh journey. The man stepped in, feet cool, heart steady. He moved with the flow, not forcing, not resisting. The river guided gently, waiting, leading. He breathed deep, eyes closed. The river's pulse steadied, a rhythm found, not hurried, not forced, flowing. He let go, surrendered to the current, not lost, found. The river carried him, softly, surely. He smiled, change was a gift. He lifted his feet from the water. Drops fell like whispers. The river's song lingered, soft, steady. His breath was calm, eyes bright. The world felt different, not changed, expanded. He moved forward, not alone, not afraid. The river's flow was within him, a gentle guide, a quiet strength. The sky stretched far, colors soft and warm. No pity, no end, just space. A quiet promise, a world held in wait, a breath of hope, a place to begin, a journey ahead. The colors deepened, soft pinks and golds. Light stretched slowly. The world held breath. Stillness deepened. A gentle warmth spread. Not sudden, not harsh. The horizon whispered. A promise made. A beginning stirred. She stood watching, eyes wide, heart open. Her steps were light, breath steady, eyes bright. The horizon's glow grew, filling the sky, warming the earth. She didn't rush. She moved with care, each step a promise, each breath a prayer. The light welcomed her, not harsh, not fleeting, but steady, sure, a path unfolding. Slowly, softly, she stood still. The sky stretched wide. Light wrapped softly. No end, no beginning, just becoming. The horizon held promise. Not distant, within reach. She breathed deep, felt peace settle. A new day awaited. Not defined, not certain, but full of hope. And she smiled. Ready. The earth lay still, dark and soft. A seed nestled deep. Not forgotten, not rushed, just waiting. A silent promise. Life held in patience. A breath held softly. The seed dreamed. The soil softened. A gentle warmth spread. Moisture seeped deep. A pulse began. The seed stirred. Not sudden, slow and steady. Roots unfurled gently. A tender shoot pushed upward. No hast, no noise. Just patient growth. The earth cradled life, protecting it softly. The seed held its promise. The shoot curved upward, soft green against earth's brown. Sunlight kissed its tip, warm and gentle. Leaves unfurled slowly, not rushed, not forced. The world breathed in. Colors deepened. Air filled with promise. Around it, life stirred. A bee hummed nearby. A bird sang softly. The seed's quiet journey became part of the world's song. A bloom beginning. Petals stretched wide. Soft hues glowing gently. Light filtered through leaves. The flower stood tall. Not rushed. Not loud. Just steady. Alive. The garden smiled softly. Life whispered gently. The seed's promise fulfilled. Not quickly. Not easily. But fully. Sunlight hung, suspended. Dust motes danced slowly. The window held still. No movement. No sound. A moment frozen. Waiting. A girl entered. Eyes wide. Heart calm. She looked through. Not outward. Inward. A scene paused. A breath held. She reached out. The glass shimmered. Time waited. She stepped slowly. Breath soft. Eyes steady. The glass shimmered. Not breaking. Not fading. A world appeared. A garden in bloom. Leaves frozen mid-fall. Smiles held in laughter. Time paused. Not trapped, but gifted. A moment held. Waiting. For one to see. She reached out. Touched the glass. The scene rippled. Inviting. To step inside. Her fingers crossed the glass. A soft ripple. A breath held. She stepped forward. Feet light. Heart calm. The world inside was still. Frozen. Perfect. Flowers hung mid-fall. Leaves drifted suspended. Laughter caught in smiles. No rush. No end. Just presence. She breathed deep. Not escaping time. Living it. Holding stillness. Finding peace. She settled gently. Eyes soft. Breath even. Time didn't rush. It lingered. She felt the pulse. Of paused seconds. The rhythm of quiet. Not empty. Full. A space where worries softened. Where memories breathed. Where presence was all. She smiled softly. Not escaping time. Embracing it. The window shimmered behind her. Waiting. Patient. The path lay silent. Grass creeping. Leaves scattered. No footprints. No hurry. Just waiting. A boy appeared. Barefoot. Eyes curious. He stood at the edge. Not rushing. Not hesitant. Just still. Then a step. The path noticed. And began to wake. His foot pressed down. Grass bent softly. Leaves shifted aside. The path stretched forward. Not straight. Not forced. Curving. Welcoming. He looked ahead. Saw nothing clear. No markers. But felt the way. Not with eyes. With heart. Step by step. The trail became real, not made, remembered, and the boy smiled, knowing the journey had begun. People paused, gazed where the boy walked. No words spoken, no calls made, just quiet watching. A woman stepped closer, barefoot, curious. She reached the path's edge, felt the softness beneath, a silent invitation. One by one, others came, not to follow, but to join, each bringing their own pace, their own story. Together, they walked, not behind, not ahead, but with. And the path grew, woven from hearts, not footsteps. He paused, turned slowly. The path stretched behind him, not empty, not silent, filled with life. Soft whispers of footsteps, colors where grass had bent, smiles carried in the air. The journey no longer one, but many, woven together. The boy smiled, not because he had led, but because he had trusted. The path was never just a way. It was a becoming. Wow. Just wow. Did you feel that? We didn't just learn history today. We lived it. From seeds sleeping under ancient soil, to rivers that whispered secrets in reverse, to mountains that moved without a sound. This wasn't just a timeline. This was a heartbeat of a world long gone. If that journey gave you chills, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell me which part absolutely blew your mind in the comments. And trust me, this was just the beginning. There are more forgotten worlds, more secrets beneath the sand, more stories waiting in the dark. So hit that notification bell like it's the door to a lost kingdom. Because next time, we're going even deeper. Thanks for listening. Stay curious. Stay awake or drift away. Either way, you're part of the story now.